Have you ever entered a room and felt small? Like everyone knew what they were doing except you. So you fake it. You smile, you try to belong. They say, I'm sure you've heard it, fake it till you make it. But let's be honest, the more you fake it, the more you feel like a fraud. That feeling, it doesn't go away by just pretending. It will only start to lose its grip when you tell the truth. Welcome to your Creative Reset, the podcast that helps you rethink how you live and work as we explore insights from human behavior, creative clarity, and biblical faith. Together, let's overcome self-doubt, find direction, and build a life with purpose and freedom. This is Danix Dumdum, your host. Now close those 16 open tabs because your reset starts now. Today, we're talking about imposter syndrome, but not in the usual way. This is not a 5 steps to fix it kind of episode. It's not about forcing confidence either. I want us to look at it for what it really is. Not just about insecurity, but this is a learned habit of shrinking. And sometimes we've been taught that this is just, humility and to keep you grounded. But most of the time, the voice in our heads, they don't help us stay grounded. They are just echoing the pressure that we have from the rooms that we had to survive. The ones that made us feel small, question our ideas, and overthink our every move just to be taken seriously. And if you've ever felt that, if you've ever doubted yourself more than the work itself, then maybe what you're dealing with isn't a lack of skill. It's a lifetime of feeling like you had to prove that you deserve to be in the room. I know that feeling. Honestly, I've been there, I've done that. I lived that kind of syndrome in my life. I've had it. And from time to time, I'm still experiencing it, to be honest. Like, for instance, when I started in the creative industry over a decade ago, I didn't have a fancy degree. I was an undergraduate. I dropped out of college. I only had grit and a deep desire to prove that I belong. And every time I stepped into those agency rooms, meeting rooms, brainstorming sessions, idea generating meetings, especially the ones with top creatives in our agency, I felt like I had to shrink. They were brainstorms that we called tissue sessions. And every time we had one, I would show up. Inside, I was fighting thoughts na, baka wala akong matinong idea, bakit pa ako nagsalita, baka isipin nila trying hard ako, ang pangit ng brain farts ko, mga ganun. And even if the meeting was just internal, I still felt small. Tatango ako, I'd nod, I'd smile, try to act that it was okay. But after those meetings, isang lugar lang yung diretso ko. I'd lock myself in the bathroom and cry. Because I've experienced that no matter how hard I worked, how long I stayed up at night, pagpupuyatan ko yung idea ko, how much I wanted to contribute, I still believed deep inside me that I was just lucky to be there, not worthy of being heard. And that belief stayed with me. Even when I transferred agencies, even when I led my own team, even when I became my own boss. There was a time kasi na during one of those meetings, I shared several ideas in all of those binaril lang. Na parang, eto na yun. And it really broke me. And that experience had crippled me for the longest time. And looking back now, I realize it wasn't just my own insecurity. It was the entire environment that I was in. That agency culture, even if no one was really shouting, parang wala namang super toxic na obvious in a sense, it was the entire industry for me was built around critic over care. Performance over process, pressure over people. Laging may pressure to prove yourself, that you were expected to be quick, to be witty, to be brilliant. And if your idea didn't land in that session, or worse, nag-pitch ka sa client and it was rejected, it didn't matter how much work or thought you poured into it, how much heart yung nilagay mo dun sa presentation mo, it doesn't matter. You will just feel like, baka hindi talaga ako para dito. Maybe hindi talaga ako magaling. And here's the thing that no one admits in this industry. A lot of those pitches, those pitch decisions, karamihan dun, subjective. It depends on the client's mood, or the boss's personal taste, or some politics behind the scenes that you never even know about. But because creatives as we are wired to care. And you start to internalize the loss. Feeling mo, yung output mo, it's all because of you, of who you are. You don't say, the idea didn't win. You say, I lost, I failed. And that's the root of imposter syndrome. It grows in rooms where your worth is always up for evaluation, where you are trained to tie your value to someone else's approval. In fact, science backs this up too. There's this term called psychological safety. It means that magsispeak up ka lang when you feel safe. Mag-show up ka, magme-mess up ka sa group ng individuals, sa environment, na you feel okay ka without being judged or rejected. And most of us didn't have that. So, we learn to edit ourselves to survive rooms where being too much or not enough would cost you the opportunity. Kaya, ito-tone down mo, i-dim mo yung light mo kasi you don't want to be seen. Kasi baka ma-misjudge ka, ma-reject lang yung idea mo. It happens na, alam mo yun, pag shinare mo yung idea mo, sobrang passionate ka, sobrang, ay, ito maganda. Tapos, nung narinig, hindi nagustuhan ng team. So, alam mo yun, parang kikimkimin mo yung reaction dun sa idea yung excited ka sana. Because of psychological safety, you don't speak up na because you never felt safe anymore pag na-reject ka ng group. And also, there's this another thing called negativity bias. Yung brain natin, it only remembers rejection and criticism more than the encouragement. So, even if they praise you 5 times or 10 times, ang maaalala mo lang yung isang beses na na-reject yung idea mo. That someone dismissed you na parang ang napahiya. It's part of our brain. That's how our brain process experiences. Tapos dadagdagan mo pa yan ng constant comparison, especially in the creative industry where everyone's chasing a big win. Yung imposter syndrome mo, nagiging default setting mo. Mas magaling sila, I just got lucky, may kakilala kasi ako dito, napasok ako sa agency na to, or I shouldn't charge that much kasi bago pa lang ako. I'm not ready to lead. O kaya ko ba tong pasukin? Ito ngang simpleng project na bulilyaso. Something like that. But here's the reset. You didn't invent that fear. Yung nararamdaman mo, yung pakiramdam mo ngayon, it was just planted by culture, by experience, by the old stories you didn't ask for. Naranasan mo lang eh. Akala mo you were in the safe space to share ideas, tapos nabarel. So, tumatak na siya sa'yo, yung experience na yun. Akala mo, pag sinubukan mo yung isang bagay, tas nag-fail ka, hindi ka ma-judge. And now, we have identified na this is a fear that has been planted, and because it's been planted, you can uproot it. Because when you can name it, when you can say, this fear isn't my identity, it's just something I picked up in the wrong room, then it starts to lose its grip. And that's where freedom would actually begin. And once you've named it, you can start to talk back to it. Kasi baka katulad ko, sinabihan mo yung sarili mo ng mga bagay na, I'm not certified or I'm not experienced enough, dapat hindi ako mag-charge. O kaya naman, sinabi mo rin sa sarili mo na, kaya lang naman nila ako hinire kasi referral. Hindi dahil magaling talaga ako. O kaya, hindi ako kasing galing nila, ang tagal na nila sa industry. Baka pag nagsabi ako ng idea ko, o baka pag nag-show up ako, baka sabihin nila nagmamarunong lang ako. When I was starting to really decide to launch this podcast, ang dami-dami kong imposter syndrome. Una na dyan yung, bakit ako mag-share tungkol sa neuroscience, tungkol sa psychology? I didn't even take those degrees. I didn't even took up psychology or whatever. Sobrang general education lang yung subject ko nung college ng psych. But then this is my interest. So I know na wala namang hindi natututunan ngayon. I just had to make sure na ano man yung share ko would be accurate. Kaya ito rin isa sa mga bagay na natutunan ko as I was learning, that what you repeat to yourself over and over becomes what you start to believe. Kahit hindi totoo. Diba? The previous episodes we've learned that the things that you keep saying to yourself over and over becomes a fact. Even it all came from just fear. And the more you say it, the more you start to live from it. That's why there are times na you will just stop asking, is this helpful? You will just assume, this must be who I am. Ito nga talaga siguro, hanggang dito lang talaga yung kaya ko. This is why imposter syndrome doesn't feel like just insecurity. It starts to feel like identity. It doesn't just affect your confidence, it begins to reshape how you see yourself. And sometimes, it's just, the pitch didn't land. Pero sa utak mo, it's already, see, you're not cut out for this. Or maybe it's just, the client didn't like the direction. The one that I presented earlier, yung strategy na binigay ko, hindi lang nila nagustuhan. But what you start to believe in your head, you don't belong in this room. You're not legit. But what if you could interrupt that voice? Not with fake positivity na, hindi, kaya ko to, fake it till you make it. Diba? Pero when you interrupt it with truth. And there's also truth, You are not your fear. You are not your doubt. And you are definitely not the most critical voice in the room. Even if that voice is your own. When you can see that voice for what it is, not your identity, just an old script, you can begin to write something new. Kasi doon nagsisimula yan. Once you identify the problem, you name the problem, and you disassociate yourself with that problem, mas magkakaroon ka ng clarity in your head to solve it. Kesa yung lubog na lubog ka dun sa problema, nalulunod ka na, hindi mo siya talaga masosolve kasi overwhelmed na yung head mo. Just like with imposter syndrome. Na kaya pala ganun yung feeling mo because you've had spent years in the wrong room. Sa next episode, gusto ko pang mag-dive deeper doon sa spending years or your life in the wrong room. When I say wrong room, wrong environment. Kasi malaking factor yon on how we are today. How we view ourselves, how we see ourselves, how we work. Na we are the sum of all our experiences from before. Sabi nila, 'di ba? You are the sum of your decisions before. Pero you have to also give grace to yourself na minsan yung mga bagay na pinagdaanan mo, hindi mo naman siya desisyon. Minsan those are experiences na naranasan mo because of outside factors, the environment that you were in. Now that alam mo na pwede mong i-separate yung sarili mo dun sa mga experiences na yun, now that you can identify ano yung mga yun, then you can start to write something new for yourself. Just to share, ako din, I tried to overcome imposter syndrome that I had for years, especially when I started doing business on my own. I kept trying to silence the voice with effort and proof na kaya ko. I've built affirmation to believe in myself and in what I do. But you know what finally set me free? Was this moment I had with God. And it came from this verse na nung nabasa ko during one of my quiet times, it really struck me like it never did before. Doon ko na-realize na, maybe this is the time that I'm ready to receive the wisdom and understanding for this verse. And it was found in 1 Corinthians chapter 1, verses 26 to 31. We'll use the Message version or the Message translation ng Bible. It says here, "Take a good look, friends, at who you were when you were called into this life. I don't see many of the brightest and the best among you. Not many influential, not many high society families. Isn't it obvious that God deliberately chose men and women that the culture overlooks and exploits and abuses? Chose those nobodies to expose the hollow pretensions of the somebodies? That makes it quite clear that none of you can get by with blowing your own horn before God. Even when we have the right thinking and the right living, a clean slate and a fresh start comes from God by way of Jesus Christ. That's why we have the saying, if you're going to blow a horn, blow a trumpet for God." Grabe yung verse, no? As in, nung nabasa ko siya, it really opened my eyes. Ibig palang sabihin nito, you don't have to be the best. You don't have to come from the best. You don't even need to prove that you are legit. Kasi when God chose you in this life, alam niya. He already knew who He was calling. He already knew you anyway. Because everything that you have in this life came from Him. Kaya if you've been doubting yourself, if you've been holding back because you don't feel qualified, here's what this tells us. God didn't choose you because you had it all together. He didn't put you to where you are because He knows na magaling ka dyan. He didn't put that dream in your heart because He knows na you have that skill. He chose you exactly knowing where you came from. Exactly knowing your weaknesses, your shortcomings, your nothingness. And still, kahit alam na yun ni Lord, He still said, I want you to be there. And gusto ko lang ding malaman nyo, it wasn't like I read that verse once and suddenly everything was okay. No. It's been a process. And if I'm honest, sabi ko nga kanina, I'm still experiencing it. But with this guidance, I am overcoming this imposter inside me. Still catching the thoughts, still reminding myself that I am not what I fear. I am who God says I am. Because freedom doesn't always come in one breakthrough moment. Sometimes it comes in daily remembering, in choosing to walk differently, to speak more kindly to yourself, to show up even when it's hard. Na kahit anong sabihin pa ng ibang tao, no matter what you've even said about yourself, God has still chosen you. He has equipped you. He has seen you differently, and that's what matters. But maybe some of you listening is thinking, pero yung imposter syndrome, hindi ba yun dapat good thing? Diba it keeps you humble kesa yung magmayabang ka, magmarunong ka na alam mo lahat? If we'll go back to the verse, this is how God defines humility. Humility isn't thinking less of yourself. It's thinking rightly about who you are in the light of who He is. It's not rooted in fear or self-doubt. It's rooted in dependence. That everything you have right now, it comes from Him. That's why sabi doon sa dulo ng verse, if you're going to blow a horn, blow a trumpet before God. In other words, don't shrink to look humble. Don't fake smallness just to seem that you're grounded. Let your life, your gifts, your calling, your presence, the space that you occupy, point back to Him. Because true humility doesn't just say, I'm nothing. It says, without Him, I'm nothing. But in Him, I'm fully equipped to do what I am called to do. That's what the verse says. Kung feeling mo mahina ka, feeling mo hindi ka dapat dyan sa kung ano yung role na ginagawa mo ngayon kasi hindi mo siya kaya, that's exactly the position where the Lord wants you to be because He wants you to give glory to Him kasi lahat ng hindi mo kayang gawin, siya yung gagawa para sa'yo. So, if imposter syndrome has been keeping you small all these years, if it made you question your voice, your calling, your dreams, or even kung saan ka belong, even the career that you have right now. Let today be the part of the new script. Let it be the start of the new script na hindi ikaw yung fear mo, hindi ikaw yung past mo. You are who God says you are. You are chosen, you are equipped, you are seen. Hindi dahil magaling ka, not because you're impressive, but because He is. And if you've been needing help to believe that about yourself, even about God, I invite you to message me. Send me an email. I really love to go deeper in these types of conversations, to walk with you through the fog. I'd like to remind you of the truth kapag ang hirap-hirap mag-hold on sa truth na yun ng ikaw lang mag-isa. If you find value in any of our conversations here, please subscribe and share this episode to your socials and do tag me at Creative Reset with Danix. It helps us reach more people and keep doing what we do. Now, your creative reset starts when you stop letting the imposter have the mic and start letting God's truth speak louder, even when doubts whisper, even when you feel small. Kasi you're still chosen, you're still equipped, you're still seen by God. And that is more than enough. Thank you, Lord, for the freedom, the clarity, and the grace to begin again. In Jesus' name. Thank you for having your creative reset with me. I'm Danix. If this episode helped you, share it with someone who might need the same reset today. And if you haven't yet, please subscribe to the show and give it a quick review. It helps us reach more people who feel stuck with self-doubt so they can also find clarity and creative freedom. Sometimes, the reset you need is a return to who He made you to be. Again, this is Danix Dumdum and see you on your next creative reset.